We just had Hurricane Ian, and that was a nail biter for sure. So I want to speak to everybody who may live, in an area where there are hurricanes, Tornado Alley. It could be, you're living somewhere in the earthquake zone or even wildfires. But the power in your house can go out at any time, and it is a very scary thing. I mean, you don't know how long the power is going to be out. And, you want life to go on, and you want to not be so stressed out about it. I can tell you that I own an EcoFlow, and that has been a very calming thing for my family, and it gives you peace of mind. So I want to invite everybody in. If you don't know about the EcoFlow, we have the EcoFlow DELTA 1300 power station, and this one comes with a solar panel and a light. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to upgrade tonight because I don't have the one where the solar panel is included and you get a light, and we give you all of the car charging cable, solar charge cable, an AC cable, everything that you need, and this is 50% off. And that's because this is a Black Friday deal. So when you can get this 50% off, you don't know when something is going to happen where you live. I mean, you're watching the news, you're watching the weather guys or the weather lady, the meteorologist, if you will, and they're telling you to prepare for this storm. You don't know if your house is going to be impacted and if the power is going to go out and for how long. What I love is that this powers more than 13 devices. We're talking your refrigerator, your microwave, your lights, your computer. Maybe you work from home, and as my husband would say, because he had to work all through Hurricane Ian, time is money. So you have to make sure you don't lose your power. You may have medical devices that are very, very important. The kids, my son was so afraid with us that the night it hit, he had to sleep with us. He had to get into bed with us. He was 10 years old. And so you want to have that peace of mind that when the storm is over, that life is going to go on as normal as possible and everything's going to be okay. And I think this is the solution to that. So I want to bring in Justin Hyatt. Justin, also, I don't know what you did when Hurricane Ian hit, but I can tell you the EcoFlow, it saves the day.
Yeah, well, it does, and it does it in many different ways because, you were saying, what do we do when we get prepared? We're thinking food, we're thinking water, and then we're thinking, what are we gonna do about power? And if you live in an apartment or condo, power is something that we've always just been kind of dependent on. Well, does the apartment building have a generator? Or what kind of grid do I live in? How about being able to have independent power where you don't have to be relying on anybody else? If you live in an apartment or condo, you've never been able to own a gas generator or a propane generator, you can own this generator. This is the EcoFlow 1300. It's one of the most popular. In fact, it is the most popular one that we have because it's not the biggest, it's not the smallest. It is the perfect in the middle size. If you're wanting 1,800 running watts of power. In fact, this will even peak at 3,300 watts of power, directly comparable to your gas and propane generator, except you don't need gas, you don't need propane, it doesn't have fumes, it doesn't have that kind of maintenance, that scary fear aspect of how can I run it? How does it work? I always say this and I repeat it and I'll say it many times throughout this presentation. It's peace of mind to have it, ultimate peace of mind to know that I can use it. One touch of a button, that's it, that's all you need, and now you're off and running. No pull crank, no oil, nothing that I have to worry about. And again, this is gonna power 80% of your home appliances. So you've got every bit of information right here on the very front, a full LCD display, so you don't need to even guess how much power do I have? How much power will I have once I start to plug everything in? It's gonna tell you everything right there on the very front. And of course, we're not gonna forget all of the little stuff. You've got 4 USB ports right here on the front to plug your phones and your tablets in, along with 2 USB-C. And on the very back right here, is where we're gonna be able to plug in those 80% of our home appliances. How about a refrigerator, a microwave, your fan, your light, a CPAP machine, maybe that fish tank, a DC adapter as well. I mentioned the fish tank because you were asking me, I'm gonna have to get this fan for you over there, okay? You know what? Actually, speaking of fans, it gets hot, right? You know the #1 cause this year of power outages have been too much AC power.
Really?
That's why we're seeing so many of these rolling blackouts across California, across the country. country because it's been so hot. Everybody's been running their AC. It's been literally putting such a stress on the power grid that they're having to roll out blackouts and brownouts just to be able to get power off the power grid.
Wow.
So what do you do then? Now just simply go ahead, if you're feeling hot, okay, take that fan, plug it right here in the back, and now we've got a fan going. If you're sitting there and thinking, I don't want to sit in the dark, just go ahead and plug that light in as well. So now we've got light, now we've got a fan, and now you're thinking, okay, well, how long will it power all of this up for? This is what I love. Right here on the front, it's going to show me 24 hours at 93%. It's showing me 49 watts. It's giving me every bit of information. How much wattage is being pulled, how much percentage I have left, and then it's going to tell me exactly how much time that I'll be able to run all of that. And speaking of lights, for the very first time, we're also including this really, really cool flashlight.
I love that.
This is IP65. You can literally have this out in the rain. It can get wet and rained on, but it's also a power bank. So you have that emergency flashlight. So we're giving you the light that you need just in case you're out in the dark. Two different settings right here. Also kind of combines both of those. Then you've got a really nice little spotlight right here as well. And then also an SOS. So if you want to use this as an SOS light as an emergency, you can. Magnets on the back. We give you everything light, power, and then of course, you're also getting the solar panel so that you can actually recharge the unit when you're out of power still.
And this is the solar panel right now that we don't have. So what I like about this is the sweet spot. So I have the smaller one. This one's not too small, not small like the one I have, and it's not too large because there is one larger than this. But what you'll love about this solar panel is basically it's powered by the sun, of course, and that powers your EcoFlow. So I want to talk to you today about this is an investment in your home. This is an investment in peace of mind. This is $949.99. It is a considered purchase. But like I told my best friend who just moved here from Texas, she lives right around the corner from me. What do I need? I'm afraid of the hurricanes. The first thing you need is an EcoFlow. It is the best purchase. I've purchased a lot from HSN, as you can imagine. I'm a host. I see everything. It's the best purchase. I told her that's the first thing you need to get. Now, this is $52.77 to get home if you want to spread your payments out over 18 months. And I really suggest that you do that. That's if you're a VIP holder. That means you have an HSN card. So if you have an HSN card or even a Q card or Zulily, you get the 18-month VIP financing so that it is only $52.77 to get home. Now this is 50% off. So the price will go back up to $1,870 as a Black Friday deal. It's worth every penny. It's worth $1,800. Yes, I said it because when you are in the dark and your kid is crying and the dog is shivering and shaking and you hear all that thunder and lightning and the power goes out, it's not a good thing. And the fact that we have peace of mind and refuge in our living room, that's where my EcoFlow is, and we can plug in the TV. I can plug in my kid's tablet so he can play his game. My husband can plug in his computer. He works from home. This one, and I told him we're gonna upgrade tonight. We're gonna still have our smaller one because I think that's great because you can take one with you if you tailgate and all of that, and then you'll have the big one, or you can have one in the kitchen that's powering your refrigerator, your microwave, so that life goes on, so that all that, the groceries in that refrigerator, your hard-earned money, what you paid for, it is the worst thing in the world to have to throw that out because, I was raised that we don't waste anything. I mean, I'll eat leftovers for a week. I don't throw anything away. So I really seriously think, hands down, this is my best purchase from HSN because when I moved here, Hurricane Irma hit, and that was like, oh my goodness. I was just a nervous wreck, and then here 5 years later, Hurricane Ian. But really, Justin, the power goes out from the little storms because we live a few minutes from the beach. So just all the storms in the summer, they knock out our power all the time, and the EcoFlow, we know where it is. We don't have to panic anymore. And that's what I think this does. It makes you not panic.
It literally takes one less thing away from what do you panic about, right? Because we're thinking we need to get food, we need to get water. How about one less thing to worry about, like power? You can see it's portable. You can take it anywhere you want. If you want to, you can leave it in one space, even in the living room, and then take an extension cord to the refrigerator or even to the bedroom. You don't even need to. It can be in a central location. I just wanted to show you the portability aspect of it, and I wanted to bring it over into the bedroom. You're talking about just the peace of mind. When we were thinking, when Ian was coming, we were getting prepared, right? We were worrying about what happens when the power goes out? What happens when that regular storm in the middle of the day, doesn't even have to be a hurricane, all of a sudden that lightning starts flashing, the lights start to flicker, and we think, what do we do then? Well, if you don't have a plan and you've been looking for something else and you're thinking, I wish there was another option to gas or propane, there finally is another option. So I've got a heating blanket over here. I wanted to bring you into the bedroom because a lot of the reviews talk about dialysis machines, CPAP machines. If you're relying on a medical device, even a nebulizer. I'm relying on a nebulizer. Of course, growing up in South Florida, been through many hurricanes, it's Murphy's Law that you're gonna need something like that when you're out of power. That's just how life works for whatever reason. So I wanted to show you. I've got my CPAP machine plugged in right over here. I've got a heating blanket. I've got the fan. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my little extension cord. I was just mentioning that extension cord. You don't even need to worry about necessarily having to carry this directly to where you need it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set it right here, plug everything in. The lights are gonna turn on. I've got my heating blanket right here as well. I have the CPAP machine. I'm gonna turn the CPAP machine on really quickly so you can just see exactly how much time, directly how much time you'll be able to get with that CPAP machine. Now, with the CPAP machine, I'm just gonna press that button again. It's showing me roughly about 10, 15 hours that I'll be able to have my CPAP machine running. I'll unplug this fan just really quickly just to show you even without the fan. Now with our CPAP machine, we're looking about 25 to 26 hours with my CPAP. So that's why you see in so many of our reviews talking about medical devices. And here's the thing, you can use this every single day. This will act like an emergency power source. So what does that mean? If you see EPS, it means that when I've got this plugged into the wall, in fact, what we did, Debbie, was we had this plugged into the refrigerator. We had to evacuate. So we plugged in the refrigerator before we evacuated because when I have this plugged into the wall and my refrigerator plugged into the Delta, when you lose power, the Delta's gonna know in 30 milliseconds automatically turn on and power whatever you've got plugged in. So it could be your medical device, it could be your CPAP, it could be what we did. We did the router and we did our fish tank and we did our refrigerator. Yep. I wanted the router when we left because I have all the security cameras. I wanted the internet to stay on. So we were able to continue to have internet for the security cameras. The fish tank, when we lost power, continued to run, so the fish were okay. And then before we left, what did we do before we realized we had to evacuate? We spent $300 on groceries. We didn't want those to go bad. So tons of different ways to use it, for you to use it, but remember, we're using it inside. There's no noise. There is no toxic fumes that I have to worry about. Right. When you think about investing in something, this is an investment that protects all of your other investments as well, but it's not simply a break glass type of deal, and I mean that break glass for an emergency, because you're gonna use this in so many other ways for entertainment, taking this outside, setting this up with a projector, and being able to just enjoy being outdoors, but bringing the fan and bringing those types of necessities, and we're showing you kind of what it powers. A washer machine, that hair dryer. If you're thinking about going camping or glamping, bring the CPAP machine, bring a microwave, bring an air fryer with you. Right. This can run, remember, 1,800 watts of power, but it can peak at 3,300 watts of power. That's why we can power 80+% of our home appliances. And
the one I have is a little bit smaller, and I think that one the one I have will do like up to 8 devices. This one will do 13 devices. So, if the power goes out, look at your phone, your laptop, look at all of what you can basically plug in. And you need what you need. Like my husband has a CPAP. Do you have a medical device that needs to help you breathe? Sometimes when you're purchasing something like this, it's absolutely necessary because you can't be without your medical device. So this is an opportunity for you to have peace of mind. And you may hear that a lot of times, and that may sound corny to you, but really it is very frantic, in my opinion, for the power to go out. When I lived in Texas, it was the tornadoes. When I lived in Oklahoma, it was the tornadoes. When I lived in Indianapolis, because I've moved around a bit because of my job, it would get so cold. And there are different things that knock out the power. The weight of the snow, the weight of the ice, a squirrel that chews through something. So this is an investment to always make sure that you have basically a power station, and this is electric. You are getting everything that you see here. The solar panel comes with it. I don't have that, and I think this is a must. So we do have them on their own as well. And we're going to show you the item number for that. If you want to get that on your own, it's 810945, and that is a $300 value. But you are getting it in this bundle. So you don't have to, just think about that. You're getting in this, the solar panel powered by the sun so that this will power your EcoFlow. You're getting all the cables that you need, cables for your car. We give you a car charging cable, a solar charge cable, and an AC cable. And you're getting the light so that you have your light when it does go dark immediately, so you can grab your EcoFlow. But it powers up to 13 devices. And the fact that you can pay 2 different ways. And I really hope that you consider this tonight. So if you are a HSN card holder, it could be a QVC card or Zulily. If you are a VIP holder of that card, you can spread your payments out over 18 months. It's $52.77 to get home something that's going to power everything in your house that's important to you. Your refrigerator, your microwave, your lamps, your CPAP machine, your breathing machine if you need that, your tablet, your computers. You may work from home and you can't afford a day off from work. My husband worked the whole time through Hurricane Ian. And I thought, wow, but he works for a company that is international. So he's taking calls, he's an IT professional, you know, very important businesses that could be overseas, whether it's Italy or Spain or anywhere, where he couldn't be off. And this EcoFlow allows you to keep working. It allows your kids or your grandkids to stay calm, because when they can be on their tablet, because, you know, school was out when Hurricane Ian hit. You know, they were like, yeah, we're closing down school. So I have to make sure that my kid is calm. And so you have to have a TV or a tablet or they go bonkers. Y'all might say, Debbie, I can't believe you just said that, but I gotta have them have a tablet or I go bonkers. But my point is, when you have this, you're going to feel confident and secure, and life can go on. So I invite you to order. You're spending either $52 and some change with your HSN card. If you don't have your HSN card, let me help you get one. It's very simple. You call the number that we're gonna put up on the screen, get your HSN card, and when you open it, we're actually going to give you $30, and you can apply it towards this purchase if you'd like. But call the number on your screen. It's very easy to open up your HSN card, and then you are able to spread your payments out over 18 months for something like a big purchase like this. But it is $949.99, and the regular price is $1,870, but this is a Black Friday deal. So I can't stress enough that this is my #1 purchase. I consider myself, I don't even consider myself a scaredy cat, right? Like, the storms are coming, I feel safe. I know that I'm gonna have what I need. So Justin, and you grew up in Florida, and I grew up, you know, in Texas, where they did have some hurricanes closer to Houston, and I was from Dallas. But Tornado Alley, you know, wildfires, earthquakes, or just the squirrel that decided to chew through something, you have power.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there are not a lot of things that we can control in life, right? And like you said, there could just be a down limb, there could be a crazy squirrel, there could be just that regular storm that passes through, and it's just a bad storm and knocks the power out for an hour, for a few hours. I wanted to emphasize one thing really quickly. You were talking about value. This is the most powerful that we are going to do that will power a refrigerator under $1,000, and this is the Delta 1300. And the other thing that I want to mention really quickly too that you were talking about is the solar panels. You know, with the value that you're saving, pick up more solar panels. The more solar panels you have, the faster you can recharge your power station. And when we come back over to you, Debbie, I'll talk about even how you can use it in many other ways. But it doesn't matter where you are. If you're sitting at home right now, what do you have that you need to power up? We've got the fan, wanted to be in the kitchen. I want to show you the light really quickly. I want to give you a quick tour one more time. One touch of a button to turn the unit on. That's it. On the very back right here of the unit is where I'm going to be able to plug all of those different things in. We're talking refrigerator, we're talking the fan, the light, and yes, even a microwave. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plug that microwave here in a second, because I wanna show you and emphasize the amount of wattage that this is going to be able to handle. I'm gonna turn this around. I've just got a little power strip, so I'm gonna be able to power up all of these different things in 1 second. Press that button. The fan's gonna turn on, my light's gonna turn on, my refrigerator is now powered up, and that microwave. If you have a lot of food at home and you're sitting there and you're out of power for more than just a few hours, you're gonna eventually wanna have some hot food. This is gonna be able to power up a full-size microwave. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit start, 30 seconds running. Here's the other thing I wanna show you. I wanna bring you back over to the power station just really quickly because I want you to see the display on here. The display is gonna tell you every bit of information while we're running this microwave. Do you see it's saying, what's that, almost 1,800 watts of power. We'll be able to cook food for a full nearly 45 minutes. We're at 98%. So, gives you an idea of what you can do. But remember, we're powering a microwave while powering a fan, while powering a light, and we've got that full-size refrigerator. Just want to see where the refrigerator is. I'm going to unplug the refrigerator just to show you. It is unplugged. I got the extension cord right here. Power's out. I'm going to leave that door open. I'm going to run back over here, plug it right here just so you can see. And now we're going to have our food cooking. We've got our refrigerator going, our fan going. The refrigerator just turned on. That feeling of knowing and having that peace of mind that if you have any medical, medicine that's in the refrigerator, hundreds of dollars in your refrigerator, possibly even your freezer. Maybe you got a secondary freezer. I wanted to go ahead and use that opportunity to show you the flashlight too. That magnet right here, perfect to be able to just store that flashlight that you're also getting included. That's a $70 value in itself. But Debbie, if you're looking for a way to be able to power up your life, and as you said, just feel like life continues to go on and we're not struggling and thinking about in that moment in time, we should have and could have. This is a moment where you take that opportunity to see what this can do and what it will do for your life when you lose power, because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. How do you want life to go on? You're probably going to want to be able to pick up that Delta right now so that you can power up 80% of your home appliances as well.
Absolutely. And how much money do you lose when you think about all the food you have in your refrigerator? You could have just gone shopping. That's usually the way it works, right? You did your grocery shopping, you just got paid, and then they tell you the storm's gonna hit. It was supposed to hit the other day, but it's the day that you went and bought all the groceries. And we don't have, money to waste, or at least I don't, and I know a lot of you don't. I mean, no matter how much money you make, we don't wanna waste anything. We don't wanna waste food. So if you bought several hundred, dollars worth of groceries and your power went out and you have to throw that all out, that can put a lot of us in a hole. So I invite you to order so that you can have peace of mind that your food is going to be okay. The fact that this actually recharges, it goes from 0 to 80% charged in 1 hour. I find that to be so fast, so quick. All the USB ports that you have, and it's so easy that you have 4 outlets and 4 international outlets, 6 American outlets that we've even shown our son, Kingston, even if we go out to dinner, he's almost 11, and we'll go right around the corner. We'll say if something happens and the power goes out because there's storms all the time, he knows how to use this. This is very, very simple that you hit a button and you plug in the TV. If you're watching TV, you plug in the fan, you plug in the light. He knows where it is. We keep it right by our TV in our living room, and a 10-year-old, it's easy enough to use because I don't like anything complicated. And I know you don't either, because when you're in a pinch and you're in a rush, boom, you need to get going. You need to get the electricity back on. So what I love about this today, you have 2 choices. Either use your HSN card and spend $52 to get home the EcoFlow. This is our mid size. We have one smaller, one larger. This is the sweet spot. It's perfect. You get the solar panel, and those solar panels are like, $300. We sell them separately if you want another one, but we are including it today. And we give you the light, and we give you the cables for your car, for the solar panel, everything that you need. So if you want to spread your payments out over 5 months, if you don't have an HSN card, it's $190 for your first payment, but do the 18-month financing if you can do it. So $190 if you just want to use your debit card or any credit card. If you want to use your HSN card, it is $52 and some change to get this whole setup home. And it's so easy to use, and I promise you, you will use it. When the storms come through, the tornado comes through, the hurricane comes through, the squirrel is busy munching down on the wires too close to your house, anything can happen. The weight of the snow can knock the power out, wildfires out west, earthquakes, natural disasters disasters happen, and we cannot control that, but what we can control is how chaotic we want our life to be when the lights go out, and it's hot, and it's uncomfortable, or it's cold, and it's uncomfortable. Control what you can control, and that is the EcoFlow, giving you power so that life goes on, and it gives you some calm and some peace about it. I can't say enough. I told my best friend who just moved here, she's only been here 2 months, she said, what do I need? I said, you need to get an EcoFlow. Where is it? I said, we sell it. Let me give you the item number. She got her EcoFlow. So guess what? She used it during Hurricane Ian. So I'm telling you, it is the best purchase that I have made, hands down. And I'm not a scary person. I used to be a news reporter, so I've been out there covering the hurricanes, covering the tornadoes. But when it comes to my family, and my husband has a CPAP, and he has obstructive sleep apnea, not to put all his business out there, sorry, honey, but I worry about you, and he's got to have a CPAP machine. I can't play around with that. So if you have loved ones, Justin, is very serious. If there are medical devices involved, and I think it's even serious, I don't want my kid to be traumatized. I want him to be as calm as possible. And so when I can keep life normal for him, where we can still eat from the refrigerator, warm up food, have light, still go and take a bath, let him play his, Nintendo, God, willing, I have to give him an hour or two limit. But you want them to be calm, and you want to be able to go to sleep at night, and this helps you do that.
Yeah, there's nothing better than going to sleep knowing that I'm pretty much ready and prepared for whatever, or hopefully just about anything that's going to happen, right? We can't control when the power is going to go out, but we can control that when it does happen, that we've got a backup plan. Here's one of the things I really want to emphasize. When you're thinking about picking up the EcoFlow, it's the ability to recharge it and do it in multiple different ways. So with a gas generator, I'd have to be outside to run it. I have to be 20 feet away to run it. And if I live in an apartment or condo, that's just not even an option for me. Not only that, but even if I live in a conventional home, it can be physically strenuous to even run a gas generator. Maybe you've never even run a gas generator, and in that emergency situation, you go to pick it up from that store, and then when you do lose power, now you have all of that weight on you to think, okay, I gotta get this running. If your gas generator's been sitting for about a year, might not even run when you go to use it. This is something you're gonna be using constantly, and you have 3 different ways to be able to recharge the unit itself. I wanna emphasize the solar, because this is what really kind of creates that full circle experience of when you get this at home, even when you're out of power and you've lost power with your Delta 1300, or you've run out of power, how am I gonna recharge it the next day? Well, you've got that 110 watt solar panel right here. That 110 watt solar panel, completely weatherproof, could be submerged for about 30 minutes under the water. So even if you put it outside, it's a sunny day and all of a sudden that little sun shower comes out, it's gonna stay protected. It's not glass, so it's not something that's heavy and cumbersome. This is something that's very lightweight. The carrying case is also going to act like a kickstand. You use that kickstand to set it up perfectly for the sun, and then with one cable, that's it. I'm going to turn this over to the side. I open this little flap right here, and then I plug in that solar panel, and now I'm recharging it. I'm not having to worry about the residual payment of gasoline. The first thing that you know that goes, Debbie, is gas. And like a week before even the storm hits, the gas is gone.
Right.
So how much gasoline can you even store? How many gas cans do you have? Eventually you might run out of gasoline. The sun's always going to come out tomorrow. You know that you'll be able to have a way to recharge your Delta 1300. That's why I stress, with this being that Black Friday deal, highly recommend going to .com and looking at the additional solar panels that we have available. 160 watt, more 110 watt, and even a 220 watt solar panel, so that the more solar panels you have, the faster you will be able to recharge your power station. Here's the other thing that I love about this. With the solar panels connected to my power station, it's now a solar generator. So if I wanted to run my fan outside or run my refrigerator, all I've got to do is grab this, plug it in, and now here's the cool part. The sun is what's powering my fan. The sun is what would be powering my refrigerator and my light. Because with 110 watts of power, this fan right here is running at 67 watts. That means while the sun is up, I could be running a fan inside of my house, my refrigerator, without having to worry about depleting the power of my power station. So the more power that I have coming in from my solar panels, let's say 220 watt, the more free power, without having to deplete the power from my power station, that I can run on everything in my house. And then at night, I obviously disconnect everything that might be that CPAP machine. In fact, Debbie, when we evacuated, I went to a family's house over on the East Coast. I brought it with me because just figured, of course, you know how storms go. They'll come right across. We don't know what's going to happen. We lost power over there, and my cousin needed to continue to work. He works for a cable company, so he needed to work, but he was out of power. I brought one of the power stations there, and my uncle, he needs a CPAP machine. Needs it. He has to sleep with a CPAP machine, so I totally understand that. Now you'll be able to run this inside of your home and then know the next day, even when you're still out of power, you have a way to recharge it. And by the way, when you plug this into the wall via AC, it's the fastest recharge rate in the whole entire industry, from 0 to 100% in an hour and a half. And the third option is going to be DC. So maybe you're thinking about, in a true emergency, you can use your vehicle with the DC adapter that comes included to recharge your power station as well.
Yeah, you can see all of the adapters that are included for your car, for your solar panel. You see the light there. This is the best deal. It's a Black Friday deal, and I'm glad we're able to give you a Black Friday deal well ahead of the holidays even hitting. We haven't even had our first holiday, but we're giving you the holiday deal right now. So take advantage of it. This is while supplies last. Just think about it. The fact that this is $949.99 and the regular price, and you can search out there, is $1,870. So it's right about 50% off. You're saving over $920. And why not do that today? It's ultra fast charging technology so that it goes from 0 to 80% charge in 1 hour. And I just think when you think about having this energy storage in an emergency, it gives you peace of mind. It runs your refrigerators, your lights, your medical devices, your other essentials, and it's compatible with the EcoFlow solar panels, and we're giving you one. Made of aerospace grade aluminum. It's very, very durable. And I think about my next door neighbors. They have a generator. It's the gas generator. And how do I know that? A storm is hit because I hear, like in the middle of the night. It's so loud that I never get used to it. I love my neighbors, but it's so loud, and it's fine if that was their choice to get the gas generator, and it's very, very loud, and I'm sure it works fine for them. But I don't want loud, and I also don't want fumes, and it's also, those are very, very heavy. This is 31 pounds. And it's portable, and you can move it from room to room. And that's what I love about it. So if we want to all be in the same, bedroom, and we all curl up when we're scared, my 10-year-old will still get in the middle. We will have our fan going, and our TV going, and our computers going. Because like I said, my husband worked all through Hurricane Ian. His boss, they didn't live in Florida, and they had international accounts, and he was a point person, so he continued to work. You're able to continue life. And so the EcoFlow is the way to go. You're spending $52. Call us right now. Go to hsn.com and spread your payments out over 18 months. So it's just $52 and some change with your HSN card. Or you can use any form of payment from PayPal to your debit to credit card, and it's $190 over 5 months. You have until January the 31st, but I'm telling you, it is the best purchase I've ever made at HSN, and because it makes me feel safe and like I'm taking care of my family. So take care of your family and put this investment in your home, and we'll be right back.
Our HSN price is a great value that we bring to you every day. We work hard and have the buying power to make sure it's a value that you'll love. So go ahead, treat yourself with the confidence to buy now at the HSN price. Light up your home with the perfect decor to deck the halls. All day, Monday, November 7th.
Hey everyone! I wanted to let you guys in on a little secret. For our lowest prices of the holiday season, watch Black Friday now. Shop early, knowing you're not gonna get bigger savings on these brands all season long. Plus, if the gift doesn't fly, you have until the end of January to return it. And, well, with all those savings, treat yourself to something nice. Shop our best deals before they're gone during Black Friday now.
Welcome back, everybody. It's your girl, Debbie D, and this is the hour to talk about the EcoFlow, the Delta, and we call it the Delta 1300 power station. You get this wonderful light, and this is brand new. So I have the EcoFlow, a smaller version. I don't have the light, which is brand new, and I don't have the solar panel. So this is, hands down to me, the best one to get. And I was just talking to my producer, and Jared has it, and I was just saying, I'm definitely getting this. It is 50% off today, and you can spread your payments out over 5 months and spend $190 to get all of this home. Or you can do VIP financing, and it's $52 and some change to get this home. It's absolutely fantastic because you have peace of mind, because you never know when a hurricane's gonna hit. Hence, we just went through Hurricane Ian. The first time when I moved to Florida, it was Hurricane Irma. That was 5 years ago. I did not have the EcoFlow because I wasted all this food that was in my refrigerator. I was like, lesson learned. And so I ended up getting the EcoFlow then, several years ago. And it's good, but it's the smaller version, and it only charges, I think, like 8 devices, and this is the big kahuna that it charges 13 devices. So it's not the smallest one, it's not even the largest one, it's that sweet spot right in the middle. And Justin, I think it's absolutely fantastic, hands down, that I keep saying it, my husband was able to continue working during Hurricane Ian. My best friend moved to Florida. I told her that's the first thing you need to get, because after Hurricane Irma, I didn't have it. And you feel really badly that you wasted all this food. We had just gone grocery shopping. and Justin, we had to throw everything out. That is the worst feeling in the world. And this powers your refrigerator.
Yeah, it's gonna power your refrigerator. It's gonna power 80% of your home appliances. I went to the grocery store. It was a madhouse. I said, I called my girlfriend. I was like, okay, we need to just have the food delivered. We had the food delivered. We ordered about $300 worth of food because we didn't know how long, what the storm was gonna be like, how long until the grocery stores were gonna be open. We just, mentally we're thinking, we just need to, let's just be prepared. Well, we eventually had to evacuate because we're in a flood zone, but what we did, Debbie, was we actually took the EcoFlow, we plugged it into our refrigerator because it'll act like an emergency power source. So even when we left, with the refrigerator plugged into the Delta and the Delta plugged in the wall, in 30 milliseconds it kicked in and powered up our refrigerator to keep all of our food still good until we got back. So that's one way you can use it. The other way, you were talking about your husband needed to work from home. I was saying when I brought this over to the East Coast, I needed to make sure, or my cousin was working, he needed to be able to continue to work. How about being able to have your router plugged in, your internet access? Because even when you're out of power, you don't lose internet, you just need to power up your router. Your laptops, your phones, your tablets. A phone and a tablet, it's important. This is what gives us access to communication, to information. During Hurricane Sandy, the biggest thing was people were trying to find a way to be able to power their phone to see if everybody was okay, or even just to let everybody know that they were okay. The other thing I want to show you too is I've got a little portable AC unit. Do you live in an apartment or condo and you have possibly a little window AC unit? I'm going to turn this on really quickly. I'm going to turn this over to our fan. And now I want you to see, we'll be able to run a portable AC unit. So maybe this is a window AC unit. Maybe it's a little portable AC unit. You can do that as well. So we've got our whole home office. We've got a full-size television. We've got all of our electronics. Just gives you an idea of, doesn't matter what type of home you have, doesn't matter what life you're living, your necessities, with 80% being powered, this is going to be able to power all of that. But remember, you'll be able to also then recharge it via the solar panel even after you've depleted the power from your power station.
And I like that it's small and compact. You see how small and compact it is? It only weighs 31 pounds. So it's not this big gas generator where you have to worry about the fumes, and they say the fumes are dangerous. It's also very quiet, and those gas generators are very loud. I have a neighbor, and that's when I know the power goes out, because I hear this loud, this is not loud, and it does the same thing. It's going to power everything that you need. So you think about that, the fact that it is not loud, the fact that it is small and compact. It weighs 31 pounds. For the first time, it comes with this light. I'm very excited about this. And it also comes with all the cables that you need and the solar panel, and you just plug it up. And we need this because my husband also has sleep apnea, and it's obstructive, so it's the most severe form. He can't be without about it. If you have any medical situations going on in your home, you want to have this. You also, if you don't like wasting food, you want to have this. If you have children and you know that they get all, scared, and the pets, and this is going to make your house be calm and life can go on. So I love that it powers everything, and you can take it in your car, Justin. The fact that if you tailgate, I mean, the big, we're big Dallas Cowboys fans, we're also Buccaneer fans. A lot of people take this tailgating, they take it, who is it? Dolphin fans, okay, Miami.
We got that W.
And are you from Miami?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to say the Dolphins. And so are you a tailgater?
Of course, I used to have season tickets.
Okay.
And you know what the worst thing was?
What?
Having to be by somebody who had a gas generator. Because you're trying to scream at, to talk to somebody, and then you're just smelling gas fumes.
Right.
It was not fun. You could take this with you, put it in the back of the pickup truck or whatever you've got, and have your TV. You can have your air fryer. You can have a hot plate. You can have all this different things. A fan. How nice would it have been to have a fan while you're out in Miami heat?
Right.
Okay, even with the little tent above you in the shade, it still feels like it's 100 degrees. So yes, all those different things. That's why I always say it's not, break glass in case of emergency.
Sure.
You're going to be able to invest in something that's going to be for those emergencies and for all of the fun things. So this is what's really nice about it. And to know that, like you said, just one touch of a button to be able to turn it on, you don't even have to worry about the physical aspect of trying to do the pull crank. What's the maintenance part of it? There's no maintenance with this, just as keeping it charged. And remember, 3 different ways to keep it charged, even while you're out tailgating. Bring the solar panel, because now while you're out with the solar panel, you could be powering up all of those different devices and then still recharging this simultaneously on your way home or even on the way to the tailgate. Plug this into the car, because now you can plug it into the wall, AC, you can plug it via the solar, and then into that DC adapter as well. So 3 different ways to recharge it. Really quickly, just want to show you and emphasize one more time, not only do you have that display, but you're going to have all of the USB ports on the front too to plug in your phone. So at the tailgate, what's everybody doing? They're probably taking pictures.
That's
They're on their phones. They're trying to find and see where everybody else is. And of course, don't want your phone to die if your tickets are on your phone.
That's right.
Okay. 2 USB-C ports as well, fast charging. I'm going to just spin this around really quick. This is where you're going to be able to plug in that fan, that light, that refrigerator, the microwave, the air fryer, that CPAP machine. All of those different devices still have that DC port. And then right here is where you're going to be able to recharge it. So this is where you plug it into the wall via AC. Fastest recharge rate in the whole entire industry, and not by a little bit. Power stations this size will take anywhere from 5, 6, 7 hours, and some even 10 hours. This is going to take from 0 to 100% an hour and a half. And then of course right here with that solar panel port right here, makes it so much easier to be able to recharge and have those different options. So what I wanted to talk about is when you're sitting there and all of a sudden that power goes out, you're thinking, it's just bound to happen. The storm starts to roll in. You've got your flashlight. One touch of a button to turn that flashlight on. I've been using this nonstop.
I love it.
You know what's really cool about this? Not only can you power everything up with your Delta, this is also a power bank, the flashlight. Oh. So you can even use this flashlight as that emergency you have in your car and have that to just be able to additional power bank. And then it also has multiple different settings. This is that yellow light. This is going to be a combo. And then you also have that spotlight. So it's really nice to be able to walk the dogs or just have that emergency flashlight. And this is going to be your SOS. So perfect to just leave in the vehicle. The other reason why I like being able to have this in the car is because it's also magnetized. So I'm going to take this with me. I'm going to I'm going to set the flashlight down. I'm going to walk over here to the bedroom because I want to show you the portability aspect too. Only weighing 31 pounds, this is not a giant gas generator that you're thinking, where are we going to put this in the back of the car? If you've ever had to evacuate, this is going to take up a lot less space than that giant gas generator, and you're not having to worry about putting gas cans or other gas inside of your vehicle along with it. So we've walked over here. I've got power out. Now I can just go ahead and plug my lights in. So I've got lights in the back here. I've got my other light. I can plug in my CPAP machine. In fact, my CPAP machine is on right now. I'm going to turn that on really quickly so that starts to kick in. And then I can show you right here exactly how long this is going to be able to run. So with all of the lights and my CPAP machine, I've got 20 to 21 hours at 92%. When we think about peace of mind, if you are reliant on that CPAP machine,
right?
That's, as you know, Debbie, those aren't cheap. Those are like $700 to $1,000 just for the CPAP machine. We don't want that to be rendered useless. We don't want to have to think about suffering through the night when we know that we've got an investment that will protect our other investments and everybody inside of our home. And then you should not go crazy for when the kids are saying, the Nintendo Switch is about to die. I want to play my Xbox. I want to play my PlayStation. Be able to power up your whole entire life. And by the way, I've got this heating blanket out here. I wanted to mention this really quickly. We always think about space heaters. Space heaters are great to stay warm, but if you lose power, a heating blanket is one of the most efficient ways to stay warm. You plug this in. In fact, why don't I do that right now? I'm going to unplug everything. I want to just go ahead and plug this in so you can see and get an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm going to plug that heating blanket in, and then I'm just going to turn it on, and then you'll be able to see. I've got this set to high, or set this, yeah, we'll set it to high. Okay, so I got the heating blanket going. Right now it's going to show me it's jumping up and down just because the heating blanket is not the most efficient in power, but it's going to say roughly about 7 to 8 hours. So that's a full night's sleep, being able to stay warm in a heating blanket where you can throw, you know, a heating blanket over everybody on the couch. Sure. If you're out of power and it's cold, this is going to be a great way to stay warm longer than just a regular space heater.
And you make a great point. So if you can stay in your home and you have your heated blanket, that prevents you from having to spend money to go to a hotel. That can be very expensive. That prevents you from having to call somebody up and saying, hey, can we crash at your house, which can be kind of inconvenient. Or you may be, you know, new somewhere and don't even know anybody. So this gives you a way to take control of the situation. I absolutely, hands down, and I've been saying this the whole hour, but just in case you're joining us, this is my best purchase I have ever made at HSN in my 5 years at HSN. So when I first moved here, Hurricane Irma hit, I did not have this, and I wasted food in the refrigerator, and it was horrible. This recharges from 0 to 80% in 1 hour. It's 1260 watt of energy storage, and it powers up to 13 devices simultaneously. It runs your refrigerator, lights, medical devices, so important, and it's compatible with the EcoFlow solar panels, and we're giving you one. This is made of aerospace grade aluminum, and it's so durable. So if you have a medical situation, this is something that you need. Power your life, and make sure that life goes on for you, because if you need a breathing machine, this could be dire if you didn't have something like this. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, a CPAP machine, you need to sleep with one. Make sure that you power all of the devices that are necessary and all the devices on your screen. Because we're talking refrigerator, the TV, all of your lights, your computers, your tablets, your medical devices. And this is affordable today because it's a Black Friday deal. And I don't like to count anybody's money, but I do say this is a considered purchase, but it is an investment in your home, an investment in your health, to me, an investment in your sanity. Because, you know, you can get really stressed out. Anxiety attacks are real. And, you know, people who have medical problems, when these big events and disasters come, and they will, we have no control over it, whether it's a hurricane, a tornado, an earthquake, wildfire, winter storms that are about to come and hit your territory, and it knocks out power, the weight of that snow and ice. You want to be covered. You want to be able to have control in your situation, and the EcoFlow DELTA, it allows you to do it today. So what you're getting is a 31-pound power station with a solar panel and the light you see there, all of the cables you need. You're getting the AC cable, the car charging cable, so that you can even charge your EcoFlow in the car, and it's just a simple button that you hit. Now, I don't have this one, and I'm going to get this one tonight. I was talking to my producer. He ordered it. This Black Friday deal, I mean, HSN employees, we're jumping on this. We don't know the deals that come down the pipe, but you guys, look at that price. This Black Friday deal is about 50% off. It's $949.99, but you can spread your payments out, okay? You don't have to spend the whole amount today. You can if you want to, but if you do 18-month VIP financing, it is $52.77 as your first payment. That's your very first payment. And you have 17 months to go. They're interest-free payments. So if you own an HSN card, a QVC card, Zulily, you can use your VIP financing. Call and place your order right now, because this is while supplies last. Black Friday deals, I can tell you, they've been selling out like crazy because we started early. And to be honest about that. But when you consider purchases, you make an investment in your house. I don't care if your house is an apartment, a condo, it's where you live. It's your sanctuary. So make sure that you can take control, because the worst thing in the world is to be so stressed out. You've got to throw out all the food in your refrigerator when the power goes out. That happened to us during Hurricane Irma. We got EcoFlow after the fact. When my best friend moved here, she said, what do I need for Florida? I said, you need to get an EcoFlow. She got it, and she wrote it out, Hurricane Ian that just hit, with her EcoFlow. And so you guys, it works, and you don't have to have the gas, the bad fumes, the smell, the loudness. This is quiet, and it's 31 pounds, and it moves with you. You can take it wherever you need to.
Yeah, and you said it, you know, sometimes we're very reactive and not proactive. By reactive, I mean, after we've been out of power, we think we never want to be out of power again. If you've ever been out of power and you haven't been able to have the option of owning a gas and or propane generator because it's one, sometimes hard to use, you feel like it's maybe too dangerous, or if you live in an apartment or condo, you just simply can't own one, this is that third perfect option. The other thing I want to mention, since I'm in the kitchen, is this is a Black Friday pricing, but this is the most powerful power station that we are going to do under $1,000. So I have to emphasize that. I want to show you really quickly. One touch of a button, since we're in the kitchen, I'll be able to power and turn on my fan, my light, and my microwave. This is an 1,800 running watt power station, but this is also going to peak at 3,300 watts of power. So if I want to be able to have hot food, now I can have hot food. And we talk about that because we're not necessarily only thinking about being out of power for a few hours. We might be out of power for a few days. At some point, we're going to want to have hot food. The other thing I want to emphasize too is about that refrigerator. We talk about protecting our investments, our food, our family, the food that we just invested in. We want to be able to make sure that stays powered up, and I'll leave that door open, plug in that refrigerator right here so you can see it in real time. And now we've got our refrigerator powered up. So now you know that the food that you've got at home that you invested in is going to stay powered. So you're going to see, do you see that on the side? It just jumped up to about 17 hours. You'll be able to run your fan, your light, your refrigerator for roughly about 17 hours at a time. And by the way, I was holding that flashlight too because I wanted to show you, put that flashlight on your refrigerator so you know exactly where it is. Don't throw it in the utility drawer or in the closet. One touch of a button to turn it on, and then you've got 3 or 4 different settings. You got the white, yellow, multi-light, spotlight, and you also have that SOS. And by the way, this is completely weatherproof IP65. So bring this out in the rain if you have that emergency too. I'm going to run back over there to you, Debbie. And by the way, I think you might be cleaning up a little bit later here too.
Okay. Well, thank you, Justin. We have sold over 1,000 of these since we dropped this as a Black Friday deal for this visit. That is substantial. So I would not wait, because you don't know how long the quantities will last, because it's a Black Friday deal. It's about 50% off. You're saving more than $920. It is $949.99, and the regular price is $1,870. So when you can get about 50% off, when you can spread your payments out and have this not only during emergencies, but for events when you want to be outside. And that could be, you know, having friends over, and that could be camping, that could be going out to the football game and setting up and grilling and really having a great time tailgating. This is the answer, of course, to your emergency situation, but it's so much more. You are getting the solar panel, and the solar panel and the light, that's about a $300 value. You're getting it with that today. You're getting the EcoFlow. This is the sweet spot. It's not too large. It's not too small. I have the smaller one, so that's why I'm upgrading. And we're giving you all of the cables that you need, the car cable, the solar panel cable, and the AC cable. So jump on this. Even the carrying case. I think this is all just so convenient. You're going to get the carrying case that turns into kind of like a kickstand so that you can power this easily. But you don't want to be without this. I'm telling you, just working as a news reporter, covering hurricanes, covering tornadoes, even in Indianapolis with those cold winter storms, I had power outages and all of those, and I wish I would have had an EcoFlow. And to be honest, not everybody can afford thousands and thousands of dollars on those big, huge generators. This is accessible and affordable to you. You're spending either $52, it's your choice. If you'd like to do VIP financing, that's your first payment, please do it. If you have an HSN card or a QVC card or Zulily, you can get this whole setup home, and it's easy. You hit a button and you plug in the device that you need, the refrigerator, the light, the TV, the tablet, and $52 with your HSN card. Without it, if you want to use any credit card or debit card, it's $190. But the VIP financing, I think, is the way to go, because it's 18 months interest-free. So we're not nickel and diming you here. There's no gimmicks here. If you have your HSN card, get it home, because you want to have peace of mind, especially during the holiday season. Justin, it's getting ready to be very, very cold outside, and we worry about the elderly. If you have elderly loved ones, get this for mom and dad, or maybe you're a caregiver, because when that power goes out, nobody wants to be at home cold and shivering. That's not good, depending on their health issues. That's the worst thing in the world, to think about somebody just being miserable because they're so cold. This is going to give them the power to be able to get that heat back on in the summer, the AC. I just think it's dire. If you know anybody with medical conditions, CPAP, breathing machines. Justin, the fact that this is free shipping, this is guilt-free to try something that's going to give you peace of mind and really give you that solace, and so that you're not stressed out when you can't control what Mother Nature does, because we never know when we're going to be without power. It happens all the time. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen, and you'll always be ready with this.
We have a tendency to always feel it's not going to be us. We won't lose power. We're okay until it happens. And then, like I said earlier, we become very reactionary and not proactive. Perfect time to be proactive. We typically do not do a full bundle. This, by the way, is completely exclusive. We just added the flashlight, but you don't typically have the opportunity to pick up the solar panel with the Delta 1300. And by the way, this is the most popular that we have, because, as you've mentioned many times, it's the sweet spot. Now, I want to come back out here before we wind down the presentation, because I wanted to emphasize the solar panel. This isn't just a little add-in. This is what really completes the whole experience. And when you do get this at home, you'll realize the quality that you're getting, along with the quality of the solar panel. And this is the ultimate peace of mind, because eventually you're going to plug stuff in, and of course the battery is going to go from 100 to 0, right? How are we going to recharge it then? This is why I love being able to have solar panels.